Hello everybody, what is up? What is good? It's your boy Ray the Talk King back with a brand new video. So I'm going to be picking up from where we left off with the Day of the Devs reaction of the Summer Game Fest 2024. So as per usual, I'm going to go through every single one of the Game Fest, game showcases that are going to happen throughout the week. I've already done, as you can see, for the Summer Game Fest. Now I'm going to do the Day of the Devs, and then I'm going to continue on with the other showcases that are remaining. So without taking too much of your time, let's just jump right into it with the Day of the Devs. Summer Game Fest edition. Hopefully we can get some nice, interesting games that most people will not get to play, or most mainstream audiences will not get to see. So this is actually a pretty good opportunity to look at indie games or smaller games that are probably going to be more affordable to you, the viewer or the customer. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Let's get it.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Day of the Devs portion of the show. Day of the Devs is a non-profit organization whose team of volunteer curators scours the globe for the best in video games for you to enjoy, with a focus on indie developers who are lovely, and you can meet them today as well as enjoy their games. And there's nothing else to worry about, so just sit back and relax and enjoy Day of the Devs Summer Games Fest edition. Oh, that's Brock.
We love Cappy Games at Day of the Devs. They've been making incredible games for 20 years up in Toronto. You might know them for games like Below or Super Brother Sword and Sorcery, or maybe you know their incredible puzzle games like Grindstone and Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Well, if you're in the latter, we're very excited to announce their next great puzzle game.
Hi, I'm Eileen from Cappy Games.
And I'm Dan, Cappy's creative director.
We're so thrilled today to be able to give you a first look at what we've been up to at the studio since releasing Grindstone. Introducing Battle Vision Network.
EVN fuses cozy, color-matching puzzle gameplay with deep turn-based tactics to test players in fast-paced online battles.
It just
It's a
reminds me of
1v1 puzzle battle in the galaxy's most watched.
Candy Crush. But I guess not.
Battlevision Network is a spiritual successor to one of Cappy's most beloved classic games, Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. BVN reimagines Clash of Heroes' puzzle combat design to center an element that we at Cappy felt was one of its most interesting facets, multiplayer.
There you go.
Over
That should be
several
better.
rounds, take turns launching attacks by creating color-matched formations with your units. Vertical matches create attackers. Horizontal matches create defenders.
The rapid-fire matches last a couple of minutes. BVN isn't just about dominating the matches. BVN teams spend a season vying for the title of champion, and the player community ultimately decides which team takes the crown.
Choose between multiple teams, bursting with personality and characters, each with its own playstyle and home arena.
Win a match with the Ragtags team, that win shapes the stats, outcome, and narrative events of the season for everyone.
Gameplay is simple enough to jump into, but as you rise in the ranks, you'll unlock new units, each with game-changing
Gameplay
abilities,
simple.
and discover endless new tactics and strategies. Charismatic captains front each team. Captains run the playfield with big personalities and outsized power in the form of tide-turning special abilities.
When building the wild world of BVN, we weren't just influenced by our own game, Clash of Heroes. We were also inspired by the theatricality and spectacle of Eurovision. Cappy's art team has outdone themselves with a fantastic roster of hand-drawn and hand-animated characters, fashion-forward collectible outfits.
Battlevision Network is a live, season-based game.
Very soon, hand-drawn anything is just going to become a rarity. So like, handmade furniture. Now everything's made by machines because, obviously machines will make more furniture that's more uniform, and they'll be able to produce more than a single human being. But there's just something about something that's handmade that has those slight imperfections that make it, worth more than something that's made by a machine. So very soon, who knows? It might be gone.
With new twists, new characters, fresh rankings, and narrative surprises emerging every season.
We're also excited to feature a phenomenal soundtrack by our frequent collaborators, the incredible Jim Guthrie and Sam Webster.
You'll be able to play BVN on mobile, PC, and console, and we'll be announcing more details soon.
We're so thankful to Day of the Devs' chance to introduce Battlevision Network, and grateful to our awesome partners, Netflix.
This art style reminds me so much of Steven's Universe. like that weird, quirky art style. It's quite interesting.
Wishlist the
Series universe. Like a lot of Cartoon Network cartoons, that was one of the more interesting ones.
game to join the fun.
Our next title comes to us from the Game Bakers, a small studio in
Game
Montpellier,
Bakers.
France, who claim to make games the same way they cook food, with a lot of love. Their next dish comes to us piping hot, fresh from the oven, will take us to dizzying heights which quite frankly give me the heebie-jeebies. So hold on tight, making its gameplay debut today, this is Cairn.
Oh, the climbing game.
Hi, I'm Emric from the Game Bakers. Maybe you know us for Fury or Haven. Fury was hack and slash and Haven an RPG, but both were games about freedom. Live free to love who you want. Today I'm presenting our next game, Cairn, the final part of our Freedom trilogy. In Cairn, you play an alpinist who's climbing a deadly mountain. You put your life at risk to reach a summit that nobody reached before. You are obsessed by this ascent and you are climbing to free yourself from your own chains. Cairn is what we call a survival climber. You have to climb, but also survive in the mountain. The climbing is very realistic. You can climb absolutely everywhere as long as you manage to keep your balance and stamina. If you are careless, you fall.
But how far do you
Throwing-
fall?
Trying again the same route or a completely different route, trying over and over. To make it, you have to push yourself, to go beyond your limits. Each wall to climb feels like an opponent, almost like a boss fight. Even though you can climb free solo, alpinism has a natural checkpoint device, kittens. But you have a limited amount, and using them at the right time is key. Eventually, reaching the top of the wall is
So there's limited amount. So are you able to like remove those checkpoints and then place them further up, or is it that's how much you get to whatever summit you're trying to get to, and then that's it? I guess that's
extremely satisfying. It's freeing. Thanks for watching, and wishlist the game to stay tuned.
okay.
A two-person team in Canada has been developing this next game in absolute secrecy over the last 3 years. And as a fellow Canadian, I call dibs on introducing it. You may also recognize one of the developers' voices from their wildly popular YouTube channel. From Nanopark Studios and I Am 8-Bit Presents, prepare yourself for... wait for it.
Wait for it.
Hello there, my name's Brandon.
And I'm Danny, and we are here to show you our game, Pedo Runner.
Well, I think some people have probably noticed this as well. Like, it feels like a lot of games these days no longer focus on the graphical quality of the game itself. It's now more about gameplay, which is something I say should have been number one on their list. Gameplay is king, followed by a story. Well, if it's a story-based game, and then graphics. That's sort of like how I rank, different kind of single-player games, especially for like multiplayer games, like Fortnite or PUBG or Warzone. It's all about the gameplay. Nothing else matters. Am I having fun playing this game? Yes or no? That's all that matters. But for like story-driven games, gameplay is still king, but then you have the story. Like, is it a good story? Am I enjoying going through every single mission? And then graphics, does it look nice? Because it feels like graphics have just gone up, and then they suddenly plateaued around 2016, 2017. Maybe even earlier, they started dipping and plateauing because a lot of games are now focusing on art style instead of making the most incredibly graphical, whatever. Basically, real life kind of game visuals. But with the advent of Unreal Engine 5, games are going to become basically 100 gig minimum. But I don't think using Unreal Engine 5 is necessary. As long as your game is fun to play, it doesn't matter what kind of art style you choose. Sorry for taking your time. Let's get it. Yeah, a lot of games are actually going back to this, 8-bit model. Maybe it's just nostalgia. Maybe it's like people who grew up playing these games are finally making games similar to what they grew up playing. Who knows?
Petalrunner is a retro-flavored slice-of-life RPG where you play as a motorcycle courier that delivers pets to people in a city called Sapphire Valley.
In Sapphire Valley, the company
Pet
Hannah
delivery.
has developed new devices called Leap Cells to power their newest generation of digital pets by using an unexpected fuel source: flowers.
Leap cells are delivered and installed by specialized couriers known as pedal runners. As a pedal runner, this installation involves planting the cell and calibrating it by performing a sequence of quick and varied minigames.
Okay.
Once that calibration is complete, the new Hannah pet begins to form. You play as Callie, who's a new recruit in the pedal runner program. So being new in town and with a bit of a shy personality, Callie does encounter a few challenges along the way. This is from the difficulty of dealing with customers or talking to people in general, to their rivalry with a fellow recruit. Fortunately, Callie is joined by their pet companion, Kira.
Kira is unique in that he's an older type of Hannah pet, which is a simpler and now obsolete handheld model. So with that outdated tech, Kira has some quirks, like his battery isn't always reliable.
Okay.
But he's way more outgoing than Callie, and so he's great to have around when meeting new people. He's practically indispensable. The Pedal Runner program will take Callie and Kira through the 4 unique districts of Sapphire Valley. Along the way, mysterious occurrences will begin to surface, and we will encounter individuals who think that there may be more to uncover about the new Hannah Pet's sensation.
So, it's got motorcycles, robots, there's flowers, there's pets. We
WASD.
tried to really give the story some heart to it, and we just hope you have fun playing.
And thanks for checking out Pedal Runner.
Okay.
Developed in Shanghai by Polar Studio, our next game is a dystopian thriller that's as every bit Orwellian as it is Lynchian. It's a tale of temporal technologies, unimaginable body horrors, and psychedelic
People even know
nightmares.
what
This
Orwellian
is
even
Karma,
means
the
these
Dark
days.
World.
Like everything's Orwellian. God damn. Ho ho! Now this is like graphical quality.
嗨，各位
kind
好
of，game.
我是卡马的 Dark World 的创意总监王永鹤。我们团队月朗工作室来自于中国上海，团队的目标是带给全球玩家有趣且有深度的叙事驱动类游戏。很荣幸借此机会向各位玩家展示由我们才华横溢的月朗团队所制作的第一款游戏《卡马的 Dark World》。
Imagine playing this game in a dark garage at night.
这是一款第一人称叙事驱动类的心理恐怖游戏。玩家将扮演利维坦思想局的 ROM 干员丹尼尔，他的主要任务目的是潜入嫌疑人的大脑并调查事件的真相。玩家将在2个不同的世界中进行冒险，去体验完全不同的情绪和故事。一个是在反乌托邦的现实世界，你将了解到扭曲、压抑、毫无人性的社会观。 另一个是用记忆所构建的脑中世界，你将看见诡异恐怖的画面，但却包含了令人痛心的真相。在这个游戏中，作为探员，你需要坚守意志，效忠这座城市的掌控者利维坦公司。但直到有一天，你发现正在调查的案件发生了翻天覆地的变化，你冰冷的心从此开始逐渐融化。
Okay.
What have I done?
这就是卡马的 Dark World， 一个你从没有体验过、带有浓厚电影风格的反乌托邦游戏。如果你想要了解更多关于这个故事的最后的真相，请访问我们的网站 karmadarkworld.com， 我们会第一时间告知你试玩的 demo 相关时间。最后，请大家享受预告片。
My prosthetic! This isn't real. This can't be real.
What in the slender? Karma, the Dark Shadow World. Interesting. Angle blade.
How do you follow up making 2 of the best indie games of all time? Make 50 more. That's what's happening with UFO 50. This is from the team at Mossmouth, who made Spelunky and Spelunky 2. It's as if you
UFO
took
50.
the modern design sensibilities of today and went back in time and made an entire console worth of retro games. And it's coming so soon.
Hi, I'm Derek. I'm John, and we're part of the team of indie developers working on UFO 50, a collection of 50 games.
You heard that correctly. That's 50 brand new games.
Like, what did I tell you? Everything is going retro. I see golf. Oh my god. Boomerang fight? Chess? Western?
First and foremost, these are not mini games. Some of the games are smaller, like arcade-style games. Others are quite large, with expansive worlds to explore. But every single game is a complete experience, from its opening title screen to its ending credits.
Oh, this is actually pretty dope.
There's a story that connects all these games too. We invented a fictional company called UFO Soft that developed these games for a fictional 80s game console. This company's history spans from 1982 to 1990, and the games get more technically advanced as the years go on.
Okay.
And as you explore the timeline, you'll find that some games have sequels or recurring characters.
We also thought about the limitations of the hardware. We devised a strict 32-color palette as well as audio restrictions to make you feel like you're in the world of UFO 50, no matter which game you're playing.
But one area where we didn't limit ourselves is in the game's designs. We were happy to build on modern game design and genres, and we strive to make sure that each game felt like a unique experience. Our goal isn't just to remind you of a bygone era, it's also to provide 50 fresh experiences. We like to think that UFO Soft was a company that was ahead of its time.
All of the games are unlocked from the start, so you can explore the collection in your own way.
Oh, okay.
Every game's not going to be everyone's favorite, but figuring out which games you like is part of the fun. With so much variety,
Okay,
you're
this
sure
is
to
actually
find something
pretty
to get
dope.
lost in, whether you prefer fast-paced action games or thinky strategy games.
And we all have fond memories of going to a friend's house and browsing their game library for something to play together. So half of UFO 50's games have multiplayer, either co-op or versus.
Oh, shit.
Needless to say, UFO 50 has been in development for a long time. But today,
Oh, yeah.
we're very excited to finally announce a release date.
That's right, UFO 50 is coming to Steam on September 18th.
Man, for some reason, I thought they were going to say September 11th. I was like, you can't be doing that. That pause was just way
Find our
too
Steam
long.
page and wishlist the game so that you can be notified when it comes out.
And that's all those games. That's
The
actually
developer of this next
incredible.
game should be a pretty familiar face, so it should be no surprise what
Man,
they
they were
cooked
speaking
up.
so
But
slowly,
nevertheless,
even
it's
though I
still
was
a
going
world
at
premiere.
1.25
So
speed.
take it away, Spryfox.
World premiere. Let's get it. Right? All those who are lost deserve kindness. The Cozy Grove Scout motto. Say something nice to someone, it might change their life. So getting a cozy game, nice. Spread a little kindness every day. Help your spirited bear neighbor. You know, if you had a kid, you'd want them to play these kinds of games. But if I was a young man, I wouldn't. The games I played were Contra, Super Mario, Dragon Ball Z. Because I had like the pirated console. We had the cartridge with like 100 games that were all similar. It was my friend who had the Nintendo 64. Available for Netflix members? Whoa, Netflix is getting into the games world.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Ettery, the co-founder and studio manager of Spryfox.
And I'm Jamie Antonise, lead narrative designer of Cozy Grove Camp Spirit.
We hope you enjoyed the worldwide premiere of Cozy Grove Camp Spirit. We're really grateful to be a part of Day of the Devs alongside so many creative and inspiring developers. We started Spryfox 14 years ago with the goal of making the world a happier place. This is the first game we're launching since we became part of Netflix. That's allowed us to focus all of our energies on making this game as delightful and meaningful as possible, and to bring it to all Netflix users without any advertisements or in-app purchases of any kind. We feel really lucky.
As you just saw, Cozy Grove Camp Spirit takes place on a haunted island where you'll assist an unusual assortment of troubled but insanely cute ghostly bears. Each bear has a unique personality and backstory that unfolds through your interactions with them. It's a spooky but heartwarming life sim game where your small daily acts of kindness advance the story.
We want Cozy Grove Camp Spirit to be a game that you can come
Hey
back
man,
to.
this is my
own
man.
pace
You're
for
smiling
months,
way
if not
too
years to
much.
come. We want it to be a game that brings you joy and relaxation whenever you need it most. And hopefully, it'll be a game with a story that sticks with you forever because the characters really make you care.
Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is launching soon, so pre-register now on your mobile app store to be the first Spirit Scout on the island. We'll see you there.
Are you a dog lover? Then you'll be super into our next title. Hell, I'm more into cats, but this game is just so cute, I can't help but be into it. Enjoy this teaser from Studio Tolima and publisher Don't Nod, featuring a puppy and their person.
I miss my dog.
Hello everyone, my name is Ben. I'm the founder and creative director at Studio Tolima. We're a small indie studio based in Brussels, Belgium, and we are working on our first title, Koira. Koira is a narrative game where you wake up in a snowy forest and encounter a small puppy who got trapped. You set him free, and together you go on a beautiful adventure and set out to reach Koira's house. This relationship is really at the heart of our game. In Koira, you go through a musical forest, filled with sounds to discover and interact with. For example, each character and animal in the forest is voiced by a different instrument. And you can use their voice to interact with the world, to activate ancient statues, to speak to whimsical animals, and to earn the trust of the puppy. To progress through the story, you can also manipulate items and use your new companion's unique abilities. With these, you can solve puzzles, but you can also just play together. For example, by playing fetch, building snowmen, or my personal favorites, playing hide and seek. As they journey through the winter wonderland, they encounter obstacles, they share laughs, and they save other woodland creatures. But if winter is magical, it's also dangerous. And they are not alone in this forest. Mysterious hunters are lurking around and following them. Our goal with Koira is to create a universal tale which focuses on the emotional journey. We want to create a game that is as immersive and intuitive as possible. It's a game without any text nor dialogue. The whole story is brought to life through expressive hand-drawn art, frame-by-frame animation, and a beautiful original soundtrack. Let yourself be carried away by the magical and serene atmosphere of the forest. Contemplate and play at your own pace. We can't wait to share more with you. So if you'd like to be one of the first ones to hear about what we're up to and our upcoming demo, please head over to our Steam page to wishlist the game. Thanks again, and we look forward to sharing more with you.
Nice. Okay, that's a nice little game.
I love a good puzzle
Don't really
game,
mind it.
especially one with a really elegant design that evolves as you play. Better yet if it's got a beautiful art style or a captivating narrative to pull you through. Well, this game has all of that. This is Arranger from indie supergroup Furniture and Mattress.
Hola, soy Nico Recabarren de Mendoza, Argentina. Hace un tiempo hice un juego de puzzles multipremiado llamado Ethereal, junto con Tommy Batista. Desde entonces hemos estado trabajando muy duro en una aventura mucho más ambiciosa, junto con nuevos amigos, David Hellman, cuyo arte expresivo seguramente recuerdes por Brave, y Nick Sander, que con su humor y creatividad probablemente te ha hecho soltar más de una risa con canto. Con nuestra visión creativa compartida queremos traerles algo que se sienta fresco y ligero. Ojalá les guste este nuevo vistazo a Arranger, a Role Puzzling Adventure.
Role Puzzling Adventure.
In Arranger, you play as Gemma, a slightly chaotic young woman who's looking to venture out beyond the overly cozy confines of her hometown. Always been a bit of a misfit, which isn't helped by the strange way that she moves through the world. As she moves, objects on the same row or column move with her, and if she gets to the edge of the gameplay grid, she loops around to the other side.
This would be a cool, like,
we use
mental
this core
game.
set of mechanics in a wide variety of interesting ways throughout the adventure, never hesitating on any one idea for too long, to keep things feeling breezy, playful, and respectful of your time. The entire game world exists on a sprawling, interconnected grid, on which you'll find towns full of lovable weirdos to chat with and advance the story. Wilderness spaces to navigate, full of optional puzzles and exciting mysteries.
So many games and animation
and dungeons
series
teeming with monsters to puzzle your way
with
past.
A brawler, just a wham chick. Just some brawler chick.
Or through.
I don't know what's going on.
Told through expressive comic-style cutscenes.
It's like something recently that I just noticed.
You follow
noticing.
Gemma on her journey of self-discovery.
Like in various anime,
Heading out
whenever
beyond
there's
the
like
walls
a
of her town, she
like
soon
a buff
discovers
person,
a beautiful,
it's usually a chick
inspiring
for some
world.
reason. Even in
Also
games
one ruled by
sometimes.
fear, and a strange, immovable force called a static. Could she disrupt a culture of stagnation?
I don't mind. Hey, you know, Death
find
by
a place to fit
Snooze
into it?
Those
Find
who
out
know
in a
will
new
know.
type of role puzzling game when a Ranger launches on July 25th.
Also on Netflix
There's never been a bigger red herring than the developer name Cozy Game Pals, because their idea of cozy is a little twisted. Here's your world premiere first look at the very first release from Blumhouse Games.
World premiere.
Amy, are you okay?
Man, what in the PlayStation 1?
Do you see anyone? Nah, it's totally empty. I hope the board looks as creepy as I imagine. Let's go. With hands entwined and hearts aligned, we seek the realm of the undefined.
These guys were in some
Don't
Game
worry,
Fest. Now they're in Day of the
If
Devs.
any ghosts actually show up, I'll protect you. Amy!
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to get out of here. Where did you go? Hello?
Goodbye.
Amy! Just go home, Viv. I'll save you, no matter what. Don't worry, Viv. Everything is going to be spectacular. I'm happy here.
Here's the spotlight.
So happy.
A few months ago, this next game appeared on the interwebs out of nowhere. It mystified us. It seems like a novelty at first, but then you realize just how profound its mechanics and rendering engine are. From Crescent Moon Games and Those Dang Games, this is Screenbound, a game.
Hey guys, it's Josh Precisely, and I'm the game director of Screenbound. Today we'll be talking with Kyle McKeever, who's the game developer. We'll be talking about the game's mechanics, how it started, and how it's going.
Hi, my name is Kyle McKeever, and I'm the developer of Screenbound. And Josh, you and I have been working together on Screenbound for a couple months now. Do you want to talk about the idea of how Screenbound came to be?
So I was watching a video of someone playing a Game Boy, and I don't know why it came to mind exactly, but just seeing the image of someone holding a device in their hand with an environment in the background and something happening on the screen made me think, how could you link this all together into a game where you're playing on the screen and you've got a 3D environment and they're both linked? It started with the little prototype of just a character holding the device, having an endless running motion and jumping at the same time as seeing it in 2D and 3D.
And then the other part of it was the controls from the prototype. They weren't set in place.
I think we were having this problem where you're exploring this world, but only facing forward, and you can move side to side, but you're only looking in front of you. So at first we're like, okay, maybe we can just do a 180 so you can at least go backwards, because we were constantly moving forward in 3D space. So we tried that. That felt a little weird. And then at that point I was like, you know what? Since most of the games out there that people are familiar with are first-person shooter games, why don't we try FPS controls? And then you implemented an FPS controller and kept the 2D essentially the same, and for some reason it just miraculously worked. So the device itself that you use in Screenbound is a quantum device. How that works in the context of the game is that the 2D world that's presented on the screen is actually projecting an environment as a 3D world, which is also how it works in the level editor, because the level editor is 2D, and once you finish your level, or you're finished working on it, it actually builds the entire 3D geometry out and creates a 3D world.
Well, what's the point of the game? Are we trying to get to some point?
Both dimensions are equally important, and you have to be paying attention to both to get anywhere in the game, because first of all, the enemies are in 2D. So if you're walking along in 3D and you're not looking at the screen, you're going to die probably within 5 to 10 seconds because you're going to be hit by an enemy. You're going to see some distortion effect on the screen, then that's where like, the 2 dimensions meet.
So you're in a 3-dimensional world
lose some health from your battery
with
bar.
a device that's
immediately you're going to realize
with
that
a device that you're able to see in the second dimension.
You have to be paying attention to both.
So
when I'm
in
testing and
3D,
developing, if
you
I
can't
lose track
see
of the 2D side, I'm always running into
the enemies.
And that's how you die. The biggest risk in 3D is
so
literally
the only way you can see a 2-dimensional
it's
being
pretty
through
clear
this
cut
device.
because everything translates
Like in
fairly
real
well
life,
at
you
once.
can't
If
see a
there's, like, insulated
2-dimensional
grass
being
in the 2D
because
world, there's gonna be grass in
they have no
3D, same with
thickness.
trees.
Yeah, all that stuff crosses over, except some of the puzzle elements or some of the things you only see in 2D or you only see in 3D, like the fan.
Yeah, you kind of solve puzzle elements more so on the 3D side, but then you survive
This is a very
threats
interesting
by focusing
concept.
on the 2D side.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll talk soon.
Our next game takes what you might consider a dream job and adds a heap of dread. You play as a zookeeper tending to animals, except something is
Dream
terribly
job,
wrong.
zookeeper.
Developed
Oh,
by
for
an
some people,
international
yeah.
team at Clapperheads, this is Zoocosis. And I promise you've never seen giraffes like this before.
You think they're cute? I don't. You've all been to the zoo, and each of you has your favorite animals. But do you know what happened here at night behind closed doors? I'm Valentin Shukin, the lead game designer of the Zoocosis game, and I invite you to become a night zookeeper.
Say no to that.
Oh, are you finally awake? Good. Get up. It's time to get to work. Oh, yeah. You have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
There's something in the works that you're not ready to know about yet.
The plot of Zoocosis was written in the best traditions of the thriller and horror genres. We aim to create a dark atmosphere resembling the works of Hans Giger, Lovecraft, and Edgar Allan Poe. We achieve this through lighting placement, color correction, textures, and environmental props.
This is our mobile veterinary station. Here you'll be mixing medications for our animals.
Are they sick?
Well, they can be. We need to closely monitor the health of the animals. We have some quite rare specimens.
The mutation, the parasite, and the infection that's happening to these animals, it's kind of like reprogramming their biology.
Oh. Okay. What's that movie like that about
the giraffe head acting like a large anaconda, slithering with its jaw unhinged, try to bite you.
This shows how old I am.
The concept of the giraffe set the basis of each animal having their own unique design and their mutation.
There also will be many endings in the game. Each of the endings depends on the choices made by the player during the game. Planning out all the endings was quite challenging. We dedicated a substantial amount of time structuring the paths and dialogues into a unified framework to ensure seamless functionality.
Every zookeeper is entitled to a service car. This one's mine. If you perform well
Lamborghini
tonight, you'll get one in the morning. Is that your wife? Should I tell her you're staying here for the night? Keep in mind, I'll lock you in until morning.
No problem. Your main goal will be to save the edibles, including infected ones that have turned into mutants. Save them and save yourself.
We really hope that you will enjoy the Zoocosis releasing this summer. Wishlist it on Steam and follow us on social media. Thank you so much for the support. See ya.
Why are you so jumpy?
And that's the game. Except not quite. You can see in While Waiting by Optilusion Games, waiting is always an option, but not the whole story. And that's what I like about our next title. It's more than meets the eye. See what mischief you can get up to while waiting.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom, the founder of Optilusion Games. We're a game studio based in Irvine. Today I'm thrilled to reintroduce our latest game, While Waiting. While Waiting is a game about waiting for things to happen, waiting for the bus, waiting for the traffic, waiting for the line to move. Follow our main character Adam as he waits his way through the various scenarios of everyday life. Maybe you want to be a well-behaved kid and embody good old-fashioned patience. Or perhaps you want to get up to a little tomfoolery. Or maybe a lot of it. For people who really want to do something, you can find your own way to kill the time. We also have prepared a list of meaningless challenges to help you with it. If they're too hard, or maybe not your cup of tea, that's okay. We also have a very helpful fidget button, specially designed for you. Just press it. Explore over 100 time-tainted levels. Definitely not try in your daily life. Even though he is a tough little guy, get to know his family, his friends, and his very mundane thing in between.
Hey, yo!
But do remember, your goal is to wait, nothing else. Add to waitlist on Steam. Oh.
My eye. It's got cyberpunk vibes, horror vibes, ghost vibes, all the vibes. With this game, Toronto-based developer Rocket Adrift really captured something unique.
is this?
Psychroma is a cyberpunk horror game. One of the concepts that we wanted to really emphasize was identity, what it means to be who you are, and how horrific it might be if that was stripped from you. The protagonist has amnesia. You don't know who you are.
The idea of losing yourself, it seems like it should be the one thing that can't be taken away from you.
Titus.
We wanted to set the game into a kind of cyberpunk future.
No problem.
We were really interested in the paranormal concepts and the more grounded future technology. Cyberpunk has a lot of themes that fit well with the story that we wanted to tell. The idea of what makes humans human, how did your environment really impact who you are and what you're dealing with, this kind of dystopian future. That's kind of horrific in itself. In our main character, Hayes, we also decided to make them non-binary and biracial. Part of that is what creates a rift in their ability to connect with other people. And so Psychroma was a great way for me to explore that part of myself, not being black enough for the black community and obviously not white passing. And I've never really been able to explore that or really talk about that openly until now, I think. We like to write from our own perspectives, and I feel like that's really helpful for a certain kind of player that's looking for that in their narrative-driven games.
This game's not for me.
It really is amazing to see people interact with the media you made and get it. For anyone else that you get when you get that game into someone's hands, there's nothing else like it, and for me, it's way worth it.
Okay.
It's time to get cozy, and this game is about as cozy as it gets, because it's about houses, just not quite in the way you'd expect. By Tanant Games, this is Building Relationships.
สวัสดีครับ ชื่อธนัท ปุษยางกูล ครับ จากกรุงเทพมหานคร and I'm here to show you probably the most stupid game you'll see all day today. It's a silly adventure game where you play as a house on a date, and it's called Building Relationships. Take a look.
The music is dope, but what is this?
You'll find yourself as a new arrival on the island. You'll be exploring the area, moving around. Here's a bunch of wacky structures you can meet. Like Mint, who's a friendly apartment, here to help introduce you to the others. Or Millie, who's this tall windmill that might just step on you if you ask them nicely. They're in a very complicated bunch of fishing
I'm sorry,
spots
guys.
on the island, though the local wildlife might not be what you expected.
Fish are cars.
Oh, it looks like there's a few questions on stream. Let me take a look. Is this a dating sim? Not exactly. There's some dating elements, but the story all takes place in one day. So, can you have sex in the sea? Because just like in real life, expected adventure.
I'm sorry.
And turns it into something therapeutic. It became an absolute hit, and we're oh so happy to world premiere their latest DLC.
Hello, I'm Annie. And this is Lucas. Here we are, working hard, finding stars for a little to the left. It's a game where you solve puzzles by organizing household items. We think it's neat that there are different ways to arrange things. In our game, you find stars with each arrangement that you discover. And we really leaned into 3 new levels and 5 additional bonus levels to unlock. Stars to discover. We've got a lot to be excited about, but a little.
You ever wanted to play a game forever? In Hello Again, developed by the folks at Soup Island, you'll delve into ancient ruins, and thanks to a strange time loop affecting the island you're on, you'll have plenty of time to explore every inch.
Hello again. My name is Dwight Davis, and I'm the sole developer behind Hello Again, which is a game about being trapped in the world's coziest time loop.
The world's coziest time loop.
In Hello Again, you play as a diligent postal worker who is assigned the task of delivering a package to a remote island. One shipwreck later, the 3 core pillars of Hello Again are exploration, conversation, and puzzle solving.
What are you, a weasel, a ferret?
This is a dense game with lots of strange locations and phenomena, so a lot of your experience will consist of walking around and filling your journal with observation, or that everything runs on a clock. of years ago. Since the Islanders have no idea that they're bound to a time loop, you can use your ever-expanding knowledge to help and/or manipulate them so you can reach your goals.
Wait, it's an honor?
So, in short, what happens when you mix the gameplay and mechanics of Outer Wilds with the vibes of Animal Crossing and the small town feel of Groundhog Day? The answer is Hello Again, coming in 2025.
So our next title, Tom the Post Girl, is a narrative adventure game by Zurich-based studio Oopsie Daisies. And aptly named as Tom, our main character has plenty of Oopsie Daisies of her own in this game. It has a twisted sense of humor and offers choices that'll leave you wondering, should I have done that? Yeah, it's probably fine. If you're looking to connect with your inner voyeur, this is the game for you.
The way my eyes are,
Hello,
it's
we're
like...
the Oopsie Daisies, a small studio from Switzerland, and we are here to present you our debut
I
title.
just noticed how
Tom
the
Post
level
Girl.
of my eyes is just not good. I should move my camera a little higher. What is a silent game? Whoa, hold on. Oh, cat dog. Oh, I'm so old. Oh, cat dog was one wild cartoon. Basically, a cat and a dog joined together. And it just made sense when I was a kid. But now I'm like, how would they go to the bathroom? What the? What was that tub? No.
Accompany Tom on her duties delivering packages to the deranged villagers.
Deranged.
And discover a great deal, perhaps too much, about the locals. Her approach...
But is that really gonna stop you from continuing to do so?
Quite the opposite.
The main protagonist, Tom. We then
And hope that you'll also enjoy stalking around in it.
We're calling to all fans
on social media.
and of course, wishlist the game with team. Bye.
Bye.
This next game is based in Jakarta and it's full of lots of life stuff. Happiness, sorrow, music. It's called Afterlove EP and it's awesome.
Hello, my name is Sasha, and I am the lead narrative designer of the upcoming narrative game Afterlove EP.
Oh?
This game is about a musician in Jakarta who hears the voice of his girlfriend after her death.
Oh.
Come on, Dama, get up! It will explore the theme of love, dealing with loss and grief, and finding your true self in the bustling city of Jakarta. This game
In
was
India,
the golden
for
child
people who
of my
don't
best
know.
friend, the late Fahmi Hasni, who sadly passed away in March 2022. And I know how much he loved this project, and he would want the world to listen to this story. So we are more than honored to pick up the torch and continue his legacy. Fahmi loved Jakarta very much. I'm always the introvert side of our friendship duo, and he was always the one who took me to all the wonderful places in Jakarta I used to never know about. And most of those places made it into the game, like the places where he loved ramen, or where he would get his coffee, or like where he would meet his friends, or music. And I've enjoyed exploring those places in the game, like we used to do. We've had the pleasure of working with a wonderful shoegaze band from Jakarta, Lalfalfa. They are very brilliant. So I can't really help fangirling about them. Like, they are so good. And Lalfalfa will be making the soundtracks for Afterlove EP, including the music Rama plays in the rhythm game.
And I wish I knew how to play the guitar.
We are also really happy to be working with our main artist, Soyatu. Soyatu has breathed life into our characters with his very distinctive art style, and also his love for the underground music scene. We don't have the release date yet, but we expect it to be released around October this year. So please bear with us a little longer, and thank you so much for your support.
I hope they succeed. I'm not much of a music type.
We all need a good mystery
Music
to
game
unravel,
person.
and the team at European developer Caligram Studios aims to please with their upcoming game Phoenix Springs. In this neo-noir adventure, you'll search for your lost brother while navigating a captivating world with one of the most
Nissan.
striking color palettes I've ever seen.
Hi, I'm Jamie Oiser, co-founder of Caligram Studio, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to our mystery adventure game, Phoenix Springs. When I finally find him, my brother makes me promise not to go to the Oasis. So, of course, it's where I end up.
You play as Iris Dormer, a reporter whose search for a brother leads her to this beautiful yet eerie desert oasis named Phoenix Springs.
It is a beautiful place to explore.
It's creepy, basic.
Life is so. Secrets are kept.
It feels like one of the classics of the 90s that we know and love, but the key difference is that you don't hold objects in your inventory. What you have instead are thoughts and concepts and ideas, like a detective pinboard, and you have to connect them with the world around you or mention them in conversations in order to progress.
Okay, that's interesting.
The game's been in development for 7 years now. We're a small team of
7?
3. And one of the biggest challenges was trying to crack the art style, which is a combination of 3D and traditional 2D hand-drawn animation and illustration. Places like South by Southwest Sydney, the London Games Festival,
kind of shit
or
party
IndieX in
exists?
Lisbon, where
Nobody.
they won the award for Best Art Direction. But really what we saw, the value of these events like Day of the Devs, it's not just being able to get the games in front of players, but really connect with other developers, especially in small teams, who might be facing the same challenges you do.
I will never stop looking for answers.
The game is set to release on September the 16th, 2024 on Steam, so you know what to do. And in the meantime, on behalf of the whole team, thanks again to Day of the Devs, and we really can't wait to welcome you all into this little world that we created for you.
Code 96, Lost in Harmony, 1111, Memories Retold. Developer DigixArt out of France has had a pretty prolific run, and we're so very proud to world premiere their very next game. Spoiler alert, it has a lot of water.
Hi everyone, we are Audition Ayub from DigixArt.
Here is the project that we've been working on for the past 3 years since Road 96.
We are really excited to present to you our new game, Dice of Tomorrow.
So get ready to be surprised and enjoy the show.
Okay, something vibrant finally. Okay. There's just too much depression.
Welcome to Pleasureland, my friend. Best place to... Wait, you look familiar. Welcome to Pleasureland, my friend. I'll introduce you to the joys of this amazing place. You okay? You're not going to die, right?
Bastard! You'll learn what it costs to steal from Obin.
I hope it's the right one.
They have the same clothes.
Wait, that's not the thief. But it was your friend who did it, right? I made the mistake. You want to talk to me? Get on your knees first. Bastard! You won't get away with it! Your friend escaped with my Ozen, and now you'll pay for it.
With Day of the Devs, our mission has always been to celebrate the creativity
and to connect players.
Digital showcase free tours.
This is only possible due to sponsorships.
These events and shows cost a lot, and fundraising is hard.
We're so enormously grateful to everyone who has supported us all these years.
Love discovering new games and supporting emerging developers.
If you would like for us to keep on shining the spotlight on creators,
and especially if you are in a leadership position, to Day of the Devs. 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Or email sponsorships@dayofthedevs.org.
Thank you so much for your
Stay tuned for Devolver Direct, coming up right after Day of the Devs. Thank you to our generous individual contributors and corporate sponsors. We could not do this without you if you email us today. Founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and
nice.
IN8bit. And our 2024 sponsors, Annapurna Interactive, Bone Loaf, Devolver Digital, Egg, Glum, Idea Xbox, Maximum Games, Netflix Games, Nighthawk, MDHR. Thank you so much for your continued support. Special thanks to, yet again, for Day of the Dev. You're a genius. Check thedevs.org. We do lots of events and show musical performance. You don't want to miss it.
Thank you for the development and
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
have a great day, and thanks for watching Day of the Devs Games Fest Edition. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below about what games you enjoyed from the Day of the Devs, Summer Game Fest Edition. And yeah. Also, have a good day. Cheers.